Oh, I've never been on a computer on live. Clarity. I'm loving it. Okay, here we go. Oh, thanks. Sorry, y'all know I gotta put my little pen thing on here. Hi, loves. Oh, okay. Okay, I gotta make sure my YouTube live is straight. Okay, we on there. We good. Hi, babies. What's going on? Oh, my hair sticking up, looking like a wild lady. How are y'all tonight? It's Thursday night. It's Friday Eve. You feel me? Oh, this is my shit. Let me turn it down. It's Friday Eve. How y'all feeling this evening? What's going on? So I feel really good today. So let me tell you something. So you see this robe right here, this sexy ass auntie robe. You feel me? All aunties, I feel like, got a robe like this with the little flowers and stuff like that. Anyways, when I bought it, I didn't realize I bought it too small. I think I bought a medium. Should have got a large because the material is just a little snug. I'll just put this motherfucker on, and this motherfucker closes up a little bit more. Look, I can get more clothes. I don't work out. That's not in my ministry. Over the summer, I was doing walks, power walks and stuff like that. But still, the shit wasn't closing. So I just been eating better. I'm a pescatarian. I drink lots of water. I do my smoothies, do my herbs. You feel me? That's it. That's all I'ma do. I don't do the whole, like I said, working out thing. It's just not for me. I just can't. My best friend, she works out every day faithfully, like at the gym. She got a personal trainer and all this shit. And she be sending me videos of her doing all this extra and burpees and stuff. And I'm like, that's cute. That's not me. That is not for me. So, but yeah, I'm so proud of myself. Like, I think I do want to at least like tone so that way my skin and my titties ain't all baggy and shit. So I do want to like at least get in the gym and do that. So I'm gonna get me a membership. We're supposed to go today, actually. Don't know what happened to that, but I'm gonna get me a gym membership, and I'm gonna do that. Like, yeah. But that's my limit. Like, I'm not gonna go in the gym and do crazy workouts like that. I used to like be in the gym a little bit heavier and stuff like that. Get on the treadmill and do all my, you know, with my ex. But as I get older, I would rather do like things like yoga, things that make me feel good, not things that feel like work. Y'all know what I mean? Things that also make me feel sexy. Yoga makes me feel sexy. Having your pussy just all open and shit and stretching down there feels great. Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. I received that. Y'all got y'all's wine tonight? I hope so. Funny thing is, I'm not even supposed to be drinking because I said I was never going to drink again. You know, when you get really fucked up on a night of fun, everybody always say, you feel me? I'm not going to drink ever again. Well, I lied. Definitely lied. So I'm drinking with you guys. Yeah. I did the elliptical when I was going. Yoga is good for me now. The elliptical is cute too. The elliptical is cute. I like it. The elliptical, you can get a full body workout in and stuff like that. So it's not bad. I'm over here talking shit, but some of the things are not bad. It's good cardio, get your heart rate going. Like I don't want to just go in the gym and just start immediately doing weights, but like it's cute. So tonight we are going to discuss last week's episode. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I was joined by my good friend Lakbe, and we had a really, really bomb ass conversation, as you could hear. Even the conversation, I can't remember what we were talking about, but I remember before we started recording, we were having good conversation then too. She's a long term friend of mine. It's been a while. It's been years since we've sat down and actually talked. And just had some good girl talking, caught up. So like that whole episode was literally us just catching up. And then of course me asking her personal questions with a microphone in front of her face, you know. You see, I like it. I don't enjoy running. You know, so before I even get into what we're about to discuss, just to touch on that really quick. Yeah, running is not for me either. But back in the day, when I was on a very, very, very strict diet, health kick thing, this was like 2012. I lost a lot of weight from running. Like that was the thing that I had done. There was a local track around my house. I was still living with my parents, and I would just walk on over there, or I would drive over there to that track, and I would do like a few laps. Like I started off walking, and then I started walking and running, and then I would run a little bit more than I walked. You know, just progressive, and then eventually I started doing like 8 laps around just full running, and I lost a lot of weight. I think I lost like 30 pounds within just a couple of months. And that really helped. Like the running is really, really good cardio. Can I do it now with these knees, with these titties? Hell no, I feel out of breath just thinking about it. But running is cute too, you know? Running is really cute. So yeah. So I am very excited though. Anyways, to discuss last week's episode with you guys. So if you remember, we were talking a lot about just our healing. Me and Lock Bay and I was about to say her real name, sorry. We were just talking about like the things that we like kind of had to go through with our healing, like the mental, the physical, all of that type of shit, and mostly like mentally for me, it's always been, you know, reverting back to like I grew up Christian. So trying to unlearn a lot of the things that I associated my sexuality with through the lens of Christianity. A lot of the things that I associated my body with, you know, like my mom never taught me to be shameful of my body. Like I don't that was never her intention. I can definitely say that. However, some of the I want to say lessons in life or some of the I don't know how to really yeah, the lessons in life that she taught me kind of reflected this visual of myself where I'm like, oh, I'm not supposed to look at myself in this light. Like I'm not supposed to, you know, think of sex at all. So if I you know, horny teenagers or just as you get older, you're thinking about sex. It's put in your face. You hear it around you. People at school are doing it and stuff. So you're associating sex with as a bad thing. You're not even taught like good things about sex at all. Um, Everything is just purely about um disease, pregnancy. And that's pretty much the extent that you that you learn about sex. I mean, even in like sex education in school, like that's literally the extent. And then sex education was not a thing in my household. Like go home and start talking about sex. That was not a thing. I was not talking to my mama about sex. I was not talking about talking to my daddy about sex. Like no. First of all, it was weird. It was gross. Like, who the fuck wants to bring that up to their parents? As a teenager, you're thinking those things. And then, secondly, like the way that they went about it, like, I was kind of scared of sex. Like, shit, if I ever told them that I was thinking about sex, or I told them, you feel me, that, um, that someone tried to make a pass at me, oh, you feel me? They would rip my head off type shit. So they didn't make it a comfortable they didn't create a safe space for me to have those, you know, inquiries about sex, like about my body, even. Like at that age, I remember during teenage years, I wasn't ashamed or grossed out by masturbating. However, since I didn't have that talk about what my feelings were, what was arising for me or anything like that, I feel like at the same time it was still kind of awkward. Like I never talked to my friends about masturbating. I think that I talked to guys about me masturbating, like any guys that I had an interest in or something like that. I had phone sex as a kid. Well, not a kid, but a teenager. So that would be the extent of, or that would be the safe place that I thought, you feel me, I could actually talk about the feelings that were coming up in my body, the things that were going on in my mind. Like I had a very creative sexual mind as a teenager. Like I wrote erotic poetry, and that's something that you're going to hear in this next episode that'll be posting at midnight tonight. But yeah, I used to write erotic poetry. I used to like send dirty texts to my little boo or whatever. Like that literally was me. That was me. And if I had if my memory serves me correctly, I think I did have a camera phone. Remember, it was called a camera phone back then. You was elite if you had a camera on your cell phone. So I remember sending little nudes to my little boo. So that was literally the extent of my like sexual experience. And then of course losing my virginity and stuff like that, I never had that chance to have a sacred experience or know what it is to have a sacred sensual experience. I didn't even know, you feel me, what foreplay was. I didn't know, you feel me, like there's things that you have to do in order to work up to the big O. I didn't even know the big O existed for me. Like I knew for guys, you could visibly see it. You could see how they react. You could see the actual coming for their dick. But for me, it's like, I mean, I'm wet. Does that mean that I came? Like I was very naive. I didn't know, and then I wasn't being taught these things even in school. Like that's what's crazy to me. Like how in school for sex education, we don't even learn about what the wetness is. Like how we learn about the after effects of sex, how we learn about you can get a disease if you have sex, you can get pregnant as a result of sex, but we don't learn about the act in itself. We don't know about, you feel me, the brain chemicals that go on to make you even feel aroused. Like this is all scientific, this is all anatomy. Like how are we not having these real discussions? Like it don't even have to get too deep like on how to penetrate somebody, even though it should, but it don't even have to get that deep. Like if we could at least get the ground education around like what our vagina is, what all parts are included in the vagina other than just the cervix and the birth canal. Like if we could get the full anatomy, that's a whole fucking organ. That's a whole fucking, you feel me, like a breakdown in itself is the vagina. It's a complex like body part. It's so many pieces to it. And even the penis, like there's different parts of the penis that, you feel me, we should be discussing, like what parts are more sensitive, or just what parts you could you or lick or feel to, you feel me, get more arousal out of. It's just so many different things, like other than just the ball sack and the dick. Like that's literally it. So I say all of this to say, like, when I finally had my first time, I it was like weird. And the fact that I was so scared because there was blood everywhere, breaking the hymen and stuff like that. Um, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was going on with my body. Like, I heard that was normal from like friends who had lost their virginity. I didn't hear that from, you feel me, like my parents. Of course, they weren't going to tell me that shit. I didn't hear about that from, you feel me, what was that, health class or anything like that. So it's like I'm freaking out in my mind, like, bro, it looked like I just had my fucking period on this man's penis. Like, that just sucks. You feel me? Like, and I really, 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 obviously, with me doing this type of work, um, I really want to change that. I want to change how we view sex. I want to make it no longer a thing of being taboo, especially for teenagers. Like, that's where, you feel me, you start thinking about sex. And honestly, to be completely honest, it's starting younger than teenagers. To be honest, like, literally, they understand. Kids know what their body parts are. They know what they can be used for. It's in songs, it's in social media. Like, everybody is very much exposed to these things. And I was just actually having a talk with my friend last night. We were talking about how if I had a child, when would I start, talking about sex? And I was like, immediately, honestly, as soon as they are able to point to their vagina or penis or whatever. Like, it doesn't have to be like about penetration, obviously, but just letting them know like what their vagin, what that even is. You feel me? What it can do. Also, don't let anybody touch you or make you feel uncomfortable. Learning about boundaries, that's a perfect opportunity to start talking about that type of stuff. Let me see. Hello, beautiful. Hey, girl. Hi, Keisha. I missed you. I miss your face. I miss seeing you all on my timeline. You always just had the jams going, everything. I miss you. I think I compartmentalized the Hyman moment because I don't recall that memory. Really, that's interesting. I remember. Then the only reason why I remember is, like I said, people told me to be prepared for that. So when it happened, it's like, oh, this is exactly what they were talking about. And it happened on my first time. It happened. Some people it doesn't happen on their first time, but I remember it happened on the very first time, and it was everywhere. And I was also freaking out because I needed to get the blood up. I didn't want my parents to see it, even though I could have blamed that on my period. But still, like, you feel me? Miss you too so much. Oh, baby. But yeah, so just again, I say all of this to say, like, all of this really, really, really had so much to do with the shame that I had around my body, the shame that I had around, being a sexual being at such a young age. And I had no one that I could actually talk to about it because no one was as advanced as me or as far as friends. And then no one that was older than me was willing to have those conversations. Like, I, I, I really hate that patriarchy and religion has played a huge, huge, huge role in kind of stigmatizing like sex for women, especially. Like, we pat boys on the back when they lose their virginity, or we pat them, you feel me, and just be like, just don't get no girl pregnant. Like, it's just literally like a simple, like, whatever when it comes to men, boys having sex. But when it comes to us, we're shamed and we're told, like, that girl was fast. That girl is. I remember hearing that type of shit all the time. I remember hearing like family and older like adults talking about young women in such a negative light. I'm like, and that made me that really made me scared to ever go to an adult and ask questions, because it's like, oh, you're gonna think that I'm fast and you're gonna cast me off, you feel me, and just ignore the questions that I have that I genuinely want to know. So I think that's literally where my shame around my sexuality started. And to see where I am today and how much work that I had to go through, I had to, like I said, I had to unlearn a lot of things. I had to, and I still do. It's not done. It's not done at all. I still revert back and sometimes, like, not shame myself, but I'll just secretly think like, or not secretly, but I'll just think like, now why did you do that shit? Like, girl, like, I'll low key judge myself a little bit, and then I'm like, girl, well, why wouldn't you? Like, I have to reassure myself every time. Um, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Um, I had to get comfortable with looking at my body naked. Like I used to just run past the mirror, like not even stopping to look, not even stopping to see, even if it was something health wise, like feeling on my breast. Like one thing that got me into like really touching on my breast, and in my videos whenever I'm doing like something sensually, I'm always reaching for my breast because that's one of my favorite parts. Not because like, oh, it's titties, but I mean, I love titties, yes, but it's because like I used to like associate shame with them because like I would be overly sexualized by with my breasts, like by other little boys, or you feel me, like, or family or people that are being like, oh, you gotta watch out for her, look at, like, you fucking creep. First of all, why are you looking at me in that way? And you older, like, adults don't realize how creepy they be sounding when they start judging young women. But anyways, I digress. So that's what I was saying. So I touch on myself. I touch on my breasts also because like being being older and understanding my body and understanding, like with cancer and things like that, also going to my OBGYN and doing like her doing like tests all over my breasts and stuff like that. I'm very self-conscious, like as far as like cancer and stuff like that. So I always feel that is one, and even though I am feeling just to make sure I don't have lumps or anything like that, I then turn it into like a sensual experience. Like, okay, like I don't just grab them and just be like, okay, is there a lump? But I do like grab them and I'm like, okay, while I'm grabbing, let me see if there are some lumps. Like it's like a conscious thing for me. So, but yeah, like growing up, I was so ashamed of my fucking body. Like, I didn't like the stretch marks that I had, and then, my little fupa and stuff like that. But honestly, like seeing more and more women embrace themselves also encouraged me to embrace myself. And that's one of the things that I'm hoping that I am doing for other women. Um, you know, Hold on, let me see what the comments are saying. A bunch of hearts and stuff. Thank you, BX Hussein. Hussein. Is that how you say it? I don't even know if I'm saying that right. You always show love, but thank you so much. Um, but yeah, so like I'm always, yes, you are. Thank you, girl. Thank you so much. But I literally just want to just show other people like it's okay to love on your body. It's okay. It's okay to love yourself. But even if you don't want to be like me and do it, you feel me, like in public and stuff like that. I get a lot of women that say like I don't know if I can do it, you feel me, on social media and stuff, but I admire what you're doing. I'm like, you don't have to. You don't have to. My calling is to teach. I was told that in a reading. I was told literally to teach and lead by example. And this is indeed my calling. You feel me? So I do this loud and I do this proud because I want to make sure that other women can see that you can do that too. You feel me? Like your body is fine the way that it is. It's designed the way that it's supposed to be designed. I mean, like it's okay if there's some things you want to fix on it. I don't judge anybody who wants to do any surgery, anything. You feel me? Or you want to do some excessive working out to get your sections or whatever right. Do that. But I want you to know that how you are, how you feel about yourself, that's fine. You can think of yourself as sexy. I hate it when people be like, you were so cocky or something like that. Baby, you right. I'm a fine ass motherfucker. You feel me? Nah, but for real. Like I just really want us to start embracing ourselves a lot more. And that's literally where my confidence is derived from. Like being told for so long that you feel me, like you're not enough, or you do too much or something like that. So it's like also, wow, you're all saying this. It's like it's damned if I do, damned if I don't. So why don't I just love on myself and let y'all see it at this point? You're a great teacher. Thank you for being here. Oh, thank you, babe. I appreciate that. No, I don't want to cry for real. Yes, you are. Oh, I appreciate y'all. Y'all are so sweet. Nah, but for real, like it's so important. It's so important. And so many rights are being taken from us. I'm gonna love on myself while I still got the right to do it. Look, cause look, so many things, so many things. Mm. But yeah, we talked a lot on that last episode. It was so many things that were brought to light, even for me. Like some triggers that I like didn't even think about, didn't even realize that were still a trigger for me. Um when she brought up the whole mirror thing, or I brought up the whole mirror thing to her and asked her, like, do you even like look at yourself in the mirror when you're having sex? That was very interesting because for a while I also didn't look at the mirror. Not necessarily because I didn't want to, but I didn't have a mirror in place for me to see so. And then that's when I started, I have me a little tripod, and I was like, "Ooh, that would be, dope to record." And so then I began to get curious as to how do I look during sex? Because again, before I used to not even look at myself naked. I used to run past that motherfucking mirror. I'm telling you. So let alone having sex in front of a mirror, that was something that I had to do anyway. I needed to do that so that way I could get past that fear of looking at myself. Like, how am I a confident person, but I don't think that I can like look at myself in the mirror. I gotta look at myself in the mirror. So masturbating in the mirror was like probably the first thing that I did. Or masturbating in front of the camera. So doing things like that. And I used to, when I was younger, and I used to send like masturbation videos to like whoever my boo was at the time. That was flawless, but I would never include my face. For one, just scared that they would leak it, but also for two, just because like I thought my faces would be ugly and stuff, or like it was that shame there. So then getting older, then as I kind of got more, familiar with my body and not really giving a fuck what my face was showing anyway, because it's gonna be sexy regardless. Like I'm enjoying myself. That's sexy in itself. So like as I got older and more in tune with my body, that kind of came along with I started showing my face and stuff like that. So then I was like, "Oh, you look good. You look good when you masturbate." Now, why don't you record yourself while you're in the mirror? And and then came along. You feel me? Like recording with a partner and stuff like that. Like I think that is very, very important just to get acquainted with yourself. Like looking at yourself in the mirror, you're able to visualize your entire body. Like when you're not in front of a mirror, you feel me? You are able to close your eyes and fantasize, you feel me? Whatever you need to fantasize or just tune into your body, like, intellectually and stuff like that. But when you can actually look in the mirror, because I'm a visual person, I'm a very visual person. So I love to watch. I am a voyeur too. Just like I'm an exhibitionist, I'm a voyeur as well. So I'm able to like see how my face is looking as I'm like trying to get a reaction out of myself. Like I'll, you feel me, do little slight strokes. Hold on, let me catch up on that face is everything. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. Hello, hi. My first partner had mirrors on his bedroom wall, so I was good with mirrors. Now I want to bring them into my room. Now after this count, you should. So you know what I really want? I have to get a ceiling mirror. I want a big ceiling mirror too. I really do. I've always wanted one, and I've always been envious of those who have one. Oh my gosh, I have to get me one. Like, I want to see myself in all angles. I really want to get a mirror around my bed, like a mirror in each angle. Like one by the window, one by the door, one in front, one in back, and one above. Shit, one on the floor too. That would be fine too. So that way when I'm bent over the bed, you feel me? I can look at myself like I wonder what that would look like. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But yeah, like that would be super dope. I really, 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 really want to have mirrors all over that. Look, when I get rich and if I have a kid, they are never going to be allowed in my room. Like, it's going to freak them out. They're going to be like, why are there so many mirrors in here? Like, what goes on in here? Ah, you don't need to know, honey. Just know, mommy be having fun. So, but it's very, very important for me to look at myself now. Like, I love looking in the mirror. Like, the mirror that I have right in front of my bed, I always try to I make sex a little awkward because like I'm trying to get my partner to move like towards the mirror, like I'll like he'll think that I'm running or something. No, bitch, I'm trying to get in front of the mirror. Get behind me. Follow. Let's get it right there. You're gonna have two different bedrooms. Right. I have two different bedrooms now. So if I had a little one, they just need to stay out of here. Like I told y'all before, I really want to do that how to build a sex room thing. I want to be just like that lady. And I'm gonna build my shit up right. Like I'm gonna have everything that I ever dreamed of. Like I'm gonna have like a wall of whips and chains and ropes. Like the whole like little section on the wall will be dedicated to that. And then like I said, I'll have a mirror on each wall, and then I'm gonna have furs everywhere, like things that are soft. Either it'll be fur or some type of suede or something very, very soft. I have to have it. I have to. I'm a very touchy person. I like textures. I want. I've shown this a long time ago, but I have a whip that is just full of spikes. So the handle is like leather, and then the actual tail part is chain and like spikes and stuff like that. And I don't use that to whip. That would be painful. Maybe somebody would like that. That's fine with them. I don't want to be whipped with it, but I do like the texture. Like it's cold. It's also, like I said, very spiky. So it's like, yeah, I'm very much. I've played with that in the mirror by myself, and that was pretty hot. Like put on a little red light and stuff, and just that's my favorite thing. So most people they want to dim the light, which is yes, I love that. But I have a sign in my room, like a neon pink sign. I love turning that thing on and just having that be my sexy night light. Mm. How about three walls are mirrors and the fourth wall is like a fur or velour? Ooh. Mm. That would be so dope. Oh, that would be so dope. Like a whole wall of just softness. I would just be like laying up against the wall all the time, or the whole. Well, that probably wouldn't go. I was gonna say the whole floor could be that way. That way I can lay on it and stuff. But how would you clean that? That would be like disgusting. But still, I love that. I love that. Absolutely, fucking lutely, I would do that. Red light special. Hell yeah, red light special. I love a good red light. I love it. I love it. Like when that red light challenge came out a couple of years ago, I was one of the first. I said, "Oh, I gotta do this." Hey, you said you like to touch things. I love to touch things. I love it. I love it. I need different textures. I need it. But yeah, that would be very dope. I really want. I have to get my ceiling mirror first. Ooh, sorry, y'all. Ooh, I'm not sleepy. That was one of the best challenges. Wasn't it though? It really was. And I fucked them up. I did it in the shower. So that shit was lit. I might have to post that for Throwback Thursday tonight. I don't know. I gotta find it. But yeah, like it was what was I saying? Yeah, so it was a very dope conversation that we had last week. And we just talked so much about like our upbringing, and we talked about like our partners, how showing up in this sensual space, in this sensually liberated space with a partner, I'm not gonna lie, that's been a challenge for me. And I'm so happy for her for finding or in having a relationship where she is able to be herself. Um I still have not been blessed with that type of I still attract people who know what it is that I do, but secretly have an issue. They don't tell me that I can't do anything. They better not ever dare let those words spew from their mouths. But they make little snide remarks. Like literally, like I had a partner who would always be like, you feel me? Even when it comes to me being poly, and you knew that I was poly. I told you. I even said like let's be in a poly relationship type shit. And this man, he would always jokingly say like, you feel me? Like if I talk to him or whatever, I'll be like, I miss you. He'll be like, you know, you were with one of your other little boos, your other like at first this was like, ha ha ha, but then you say that all the time. I know you have an issue with it. And it's like, why? If you really do, then why are you even fucking with me? Like, I don't understand why people want to engage in some type of situation with somebody and change what they come with and change, you feel me, like who they are. Like, I'll never understand. I would never want to change my partner unless you're doing some type of self damaging shit or, you know, like you're not growing as a person. That's one thing. But to change the things that I enjoy, and I tell you, I'm very honest and open with you. Um, you can't do that. You can't, and I won't allow you to do that. But it's just very, very interesting. It feels like I always attract that. I mean, I come with it. But oh, he's gone, honey. He's no longer he's no longer around. He wasn't ready, period. Absolutely fucking not. And it's okay. That's okay. You don't have to be. I'm just not your cup of tea. And I wish that I would have known that sooner, you know, before. And I should have taken, I feel like on my own accountability, I could have like cut that situation off once, you feel me? Once you told me the first joke or whatever, like I should have just took that as in, do you got a problem with it? All right, well, bye. But you know, I was just like going along with the flow, like not really thinking anything of it. But now I'm very, very cautious of my red flags. And I try to pay attention to those things a lot more and pay attention to my feelings around them because it's so telling. Your intuition will never lead you wrong. Whew. Like seriously. Oh, I never noticed that little design. Sorry, y'all. Because they think they can handle it but don't know how to handle their own personal feelings. Yeah, a lot of therapy needs to be had with a lot of people. Honestly, I've done so much work on myself and learning who I am as a person. So for someone to try to change who I am after I worked so fucking hard to get here, nah. Trial and error, my dear. We all say we may not have a problem until we are in that space. That is facts. That is facts. That's absolutely true. I can't even argue with you there. But again, I should have just been like, I can tell because I can read people pretty decent. I'm not gonna say like I'm just like an expert at reading people or whatever, because some people do joke or whatever. But I'm usually a good person who can gauge that type of. Nah, but we human give folk benefit of the doubt. I always do, and I'm not gonna say that's a problem, but I'm always trying to give somebody the benefit of the doubt. Like dealing with people, dealing with, you feel me, like friendships or partners or whatever. I'm always trying to be that person and see the good in people. I'm always trying to do that. And then like I will go along with something for so long just because I'm like, oh well, this person, they're just going through something. Or they're just, you feel me? It'll change. This is the phase for them and stuff like that. And it's like, girl, if it ain't if If it ain't wrapped up by now, girl, hang it up. So I've been known to do that. I've been known to do that. And yeah, absolute. I wish I should good or bad. You got to. You have to. You have to trust your intuition. Man, it is tiring at times. And that is why your energy is so beautiful. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I received that. But yeah, I'm always trying to work with people. My whole thing is, and I don't want to get too much into this just because I actually talk about it on this episode that's going to be released tonight. My whole thing is that in addition to trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, I also like suppress how I feel, or not suppress how I feel. I suppress how I feel. Like I can feel something within me that is like exhausted. Like I can feel something in me that is like, like some type of energy shift, but I'll ignore it. I At least recently that was the case. I was ignoring every sign within my body just because I'm like, well, this person has not done anything to me, or this person has not, given me any signs that, you feel me, like, sorry, has not given me any reason to actually get up and go. When, girl, the reason is within your energy. If you notice that your energy is literally shifting when this person is around, or just by being connected to this person, that is enough reason to get the fuck out. That's literally enough reason. You don't need them to verbally say something. You don't need them to, physically do something to you. They're draining your energy. You can leave. You can leave. And honestly, too, you don't even owe anybody an explanation for why you don't want to fuck with them anymore, on whatever level. Like I had to learn that by some people even cutting me off, and I used to think like, oh, how dare they do that? And I ain't do nothing to them. They ain't tell me, like, you feel me, there was an issue or anything like that. I had to grow through that and realize like I didn't serve a purpose in this person's life for whatever reason any longer. So I have to learn to let that go. And so I need to, now that I'm on the flip side of that, I'm the one that is letting, you feel me, people go or whatever. I have to learn that it is okay to do so. And you don't have to stick around until they can finally get it right. And with me knowing that people don't heal on the same frequency, they don't heal at the same time. Like I've done my work and stuff. Like, and it's okay for me to have grace for others, but I don't need to necessarily be in the trenches with them while they're trying to figure shit out. Especially since nobody was in the trenches with me. And even if they was, you feel me, that's my work to do. That is my work. That is their work to do. So I can't do it for them. I can't. And then that's only going to bring me down so much more. And I just learned that. Like, literally just learned that. And I had to let someone go. And it was so bad. Like, it had me so low for a few days. Like, your girl was out. Your girl was out for the count. But it had to be done. And I'm proud of myself for that. I'm proud that I got out when I did. And I commend myself for that. I commend myself the fuck. A lot of people get in so deep into a situation that they don't even realize how deep they're in anymore. Whew. That was a handful. Sorry, we got a little heavy there, but let me catch up on y'all. Yes, but not to our own detriment. That part, been there. Oof. What's up, gorgeous? Hello. Hi. It's crazy though. Like it's really crazy to be on this other side of the fence. Like I never thought that I could even get to a space like that. Like I thought that I healed enough to where I would never have to deal with something like that, or I would see the signs coming my way, and I didn't. I didn't. And the person was just so manipulative to where I I didn't see it coming at me. You feel me? Like It's crazy. It's crazy. Maybe that'll be a different episode. I'll talk more into detail about that. But I have to get through the processing of this situation in order for me to do an episode on that. Like I need to, yeah. But the episode that is getting released tonight is a pretty heavy one as well. Kind of like how this conversation went, but a little bit heavier. I didn't mean to like put a damper or anything like that. So I do want to put a disclaimer out there. These little girls. I be having my niece and my goddaughter here, and I'm just seeing just random shit around. Why is there a sock in the windowsill? Jesus. But tonight's episode is going to be a very personal one. I go into deeper about where like the dark space that I was when it came to my sexuality, when it came to me um when it just came to me like as a teenager, like when I first lost my virginity, like just how sick I felt. How sick I felt. And then how it trickled into my adult years. So it's a pretty heavy one, but it's a really good one. And I'm hoping that, I mean, I don't hope that someone's been through it, but at the same time, I know people have gone through similar shit, and I want people who have to know that they are not alone, and to let them know that they can make it out too. You can heal from it too. So one thing mankind forgets is that matters of the heart. Sometimes you have to, or wait, you have no control over. Oh yeah, yeah, you absolutely, absolutely. Oof. The heart and mind don't be liking to play together a lot of the times. The heart and the mind sometimes be feuding, honey, feuding. It's like your mind is like, you need to get the fuck up through. Like, girl, you know better. And your subconscious is working in, like, trying to, like, you feel me, dig at you. Like, I'm trying to give you hints. Remember, this doesn't feel good. Remember, you went through a similar experience before. Hello. But that heart be trying to be like, but I love them. Oh my gosh. Like, no, and they're a good person, and they're like, you feel me, it's always a fucking feud. And then with this full moon coming up, all the emotions that I've been having lately, all of the compassion that I've been trying to give people is just like, it's been building up for me, and I haven't been knowing what to do with the fuck with the shit. Like, it's just, yeah. So it's just very interesting, but I have to go through it in order to grow through it. So I'm not even going to say that I regret the experience. I'm not going to say that well, I do hate that I have to go through it. I'm not going to lie. I could have done without this lesson, but apparently the universe said no, you needed this lesson. You needed to go and see what it's like. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I take it on the chin. I'm a thug. You feel me? Like gang gang in this bitch. I roll with the punches always. So but yeah, like I'm appreciative. I'm very appreciative, like I said, the fact that I was able to even get out of it. Hold on, let's change this. Oh, this is my shit. Yeah, every lesson is a blessing. Every lesson absolutely a blessing. Um that's how you learn though. You don't learn shit when everything is just handed to you the way that you want it. Yeah, no, what are you learning out of the situation, right? Like everything, if we were all just born knowing what's going to happen, every life would be so predictable. It has to be made like a little puzzle, right? It has to be something has to be something worth living for, right? So I appreciate the fact that I am still open to learning. I'm still open to love. I'm still open to the challenges. Like, I do sometimes wish that life would give me a break though. Like, can we can we go smooth sailing for at least a couple months? Like, there gotta be something like, oh, I found enlightenment. Like, I found the lesson. Like I've learned what I needed to learn about the situation. And then all of a sudden, like, all right, new challenge, girl. Like, hold on. Mm. It's always something. But you know what? I'm always demolishing it. I'm always crushing it. But to be here for the journey is the blessing. It is. It absolutely is. Absolutely. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm not saying all this to just sit here and complain or anything like that. Life is beautiful. Life is absolutely beautiful. Life is it's a journey, but it's a journey that I'm gonna keep on going until it's time for my transition. Like, you feel me? I want to be here as long as I'm supposed to be. I want to be here as long and make sure that I am making an impact regardless. Like that is my mission here, is to make an impact, something bigger than myself. And I want to make sure that I do that. I have to do that. I would oof, if I moved on to my next transition or whatever, wherever I'm going after this lifetime without completing my mission, I would probably be salty. But then again, I'm a believer that you don't really leave until you've met whatever task you were supposed to do. So that's a no. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But absolutely, I'm not complaining at all about my life. I love my life, good and the bad, honey. Hey, how you doing, honey? But anyways, back to the sexiness. We done got super deep. We done got into death and life and challenges. Like let's ooh ooh. So what are y'all sipping on tonight? Are y'all sipping with me? It is literally the day before the weekend. I count Friday as the weekend. Any plans this weekend? I really want to. So y'all saw the post that I just posted earlier about some of the things that I do want to try this year. There's quite a few kinks that I want to try. Going to, yes, I have my Cabernet. Period. I got my Merlot, and normally I'd be having my Cabernet, but they went up on the Cabernet. Merlot was cheaper, so I was like, I'll just take the Merlot. It's cool. But was saying, oh, I learned a lot when I went to Trauma in Columbus, the Kink Fest, basically. So I was exposed to so much shit that I had never been exposed to before. So I have a whole bucket list of things that I want to try. I did try some things while I was up there, but I want to try these things with a partner. Like the rope. I've never been roped. Never been. What is Japanese whiskey? I've never heard of that. But I want to do roping. Um and I need to quit playing and go ahead and book a session, an online um class session with Bondage Queen Tana that I had on my live a few months ago. I have to go ahead and do that because I want to learn how to rope myself and I want to learn how to rope my partner. But yeah, so rope, and I'll absolutely want to do more flogging. I've never been flogged outside of having a professional, you know, kinkster do it for me. Like I want to be flogged by my partner, but flogged the right way, not just like some little cutesy tootsy flogger and just be like, eh. No, flog the shit out of me. Like go harder and learn what areas you're supposed to hit and not supposed to hit. Learn the different techniques on how you can hit me and things like that. Like I want that. Because when I go and get it done by a professional, it feels therapeutic. Like it's not even, it gets sexual as it just keeps going, but starting off is just like, oh, this feels good. It feels like a little, like a massage kind of, like the tassels on the flogger and the heaviness of the flogger in itself is just so fucking, it feels so great. Oh my gosh, it's like it's relieving pain while giving a little bit of pain. Really, I don't hurt from it. It just feels like a thuddy feeling. like a nice impactful feeling. But I want more of that, and I deserve more of that. Yes, ooh, girl. Especially when they get to the glutes. You ever had a massage, and then they start doing that, like, and then they add a little bit more pressure? That's how the flogger feels, basically. It feels like that, but just like a little heavier, and it just feels amazing. I know some people get intimidated, especially when they see those big, thick floggers. That's the kind that you need to make an impact on you anyway. So people get intimidated and they're like, I don't think I could ever do that. I'm like, little do you know, honey, that shit feels amazing. And let that go on your bare skin. Ah, absolutely. Absolutely. Um, but yeah, so I want to do more flogging. I have to do more flogging. I also want to try, and a lot of people have already commented and said, like, I don't know about the knife play or the needle play, but I do want to try it. Like with knife play, I don't want to get cut, like an actual like digging or anything like that. I don't want to see blood. That's not necessarily what I'm here for. It's more so the grazing. That's what knife play is, and a lot of people are intimidated by it, which I get, because if you're not doing it with someone that is skilled, know what areas to play with, what not to, it's very risky. But I've never tried it to begin with, like with a professional or anything. So I want to do more of that, or I want to try that. Um, you look so much beauty, charming, and attractive. Oh, thank you, love. I received. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, but I want to do that. Like I want to, and I always bring this up every live that I talk about knife play. But if you go to King Hef's page, it might be Pink Hef. I don't remember what his thing is. Hef. I know it's that. But if you go to his page, I don't know if he has it still posted or not. But there's he did like something where he poured hot wax on someone and it started hardening on their skin, and he took the knife and kind of grazed it and chipped it off, and that was so sexy. I was like, oh, that looks like it feels so good. That looks like it feels so like, and then like hearing her moans and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, I know that feels amazing. I know it does. So I have to do that. Yes, like the wheel. I want to try the wheel too. I don't know why I don't have a wheel. At first, I was intimidated by that thing. I just saw the spikes, but this was when I was like, just being introduced to what kink was and stuff like that. But I need to go ahead and give me a little Wartenberg wheel, Lord. But yeah, I want to get that, and then I do want to I had it in my head. What was I going to say? It was another kink. It'll come back. Oh, wax play. I do want to do wax play too. I've never actually done actual candle wax or any of the intended wax play candles. I've never done any of those. I've only done like massage candles, which is not wax. So I do want to do some wax play, because I love temperature play. So I want to play with the temperature, see what I can get with that. Oh, they're gonna cut me off. So what is with Instagram? Like last week I was able to be on here for a couple of hours. This week now they're cutting me off at an hour. Like what the fuck? Okay, now you sound a little bit creepy, Collins. Yeah, I'm gonna have to block you. You just weird. Um, but yeah, so I don't know why they're about to cut me off, but either way, I'll get back on if y'all want me to. Let me know now, or I'm gonna just go ahead and get ready for bed. But I'm cool to stay up. But if you're not, definitely be on the lookout at midnight. The new episode of Nudist Diary. I had to think of my damn podcast name. Of Nudist Diary will be on tonight. And it will be available on all platforms, including YouTube. Also, be on the lookout for Patreon. Definitely subscribe to my Patreon. I'm going to post some new. I'm trying to figure out what do I want to post. I just posted a new journal entry, like a written journal entry on Patreon. So definitely, subscribe. Um, I'm trying to figure out what I want to post tonight because I did want to like post a bonus episode. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But absolutely, I love you guys. I think I am going to go ahead and hop off though. Cause only one person said something, so it's okay. But I love you guys. Enjoy your night. Bye, YouTube. And yeah, have a good night.